Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Joanne and I'm new to the bullet journaling community. This was the first year that I started a bullet journal and I wanted to share my layout for February. To begin, I'm using pens from Faber-Castell in the color sepia to trace over my drawing. Since it's February, I wanted to do a design relating to Valentine's Day, and my inspiration for this drawing comes from a postcard that I got when I went to this brunch place in New York City called Jack's Wife Frida, and the design is a man riding a bike carrying a whole bunch of balloons, and I thought that was really cute. I'm going to upload a picture on the top left of my screen to show you guys the original postcard that I got. After I finish tracing the drawing at the bottom right of the bullet journal, I start drawing a bunch of hearts above, since the man will be carrying all these heart-shaped balloons, and the ones that I outline right now are right side up, and I will color them in red, and after that I'm gonna turn my bullet journal around and draw the other heart shapes upside down and color those in pale pink. And of course, for all these balloons, I am using a straight edge to draw a straight line between the balloon and the back of the bike. After I erased off all the pencil marks, I am using the Zebra Mile Liner. They are double end markers that has one tip that is a brush tip and the other tip is a marker tip. And for the balloons that are right side up right now, I am coloring them all in red. Now turning my notebook upside down so that it's easier for me to draw the heart shapes that are upside down, which I'm going to color them in pale pink. Right now I'm using a pink color pencil to color in all these other hearts. I also left a space in between these balloons where I'm going to be writing February. I definitely think that this color pencil is on the lighter side, and I am definitely looking for any recommendations for more soft core color pencils, so please let me know if you guys have any recommendations. After that, I'm also using a light gray marker to give some shadow between the balloons. After I finish coloring the drawing, I'm going back with the Faber-Castell brush pen to write the word February. Here I almost forgot the spelling of February for a second, but figured it out right away. Using a brush pen to write the month or anything in the bullet journal is definitely one of my favorite parts. And I added some lines surrounding the word February so that it stands out a little more. Moving forward to the next part of the bullet journal, two things that I did in January that I would like to continue for February are the habit trackers and the daily spending summary. And instead of doing them on two separate pages, I figured one page would be enough to fit both in order to save some pages and spaces. First, I put all the dates of the month in a vertical line. For every habit that I am trying to track, I put them on a diagonal line, and for every day that I succeed in finishing these habits, I will put a check in the column of that habit next to the date. So far, I think the habit tracker has been helping me to stay more consistent in some of these habits that I'm trying to build. On the same page, I'm going to put a line to separate the habit tracker and the daily spending. Being more mindful of my finances and my spending has been one of the goals for 2025 for me, and I think having a daily spending tracker really puts the expenses in a more obvious place than having to log into your bank account in order to check them, and I think that helps me with being more mindful with my spendings and financial management. Moving on to the weekly spreads, first I write the week of whatever date that the week covers on top of the page. Then I have a mini calendar where I'm going to put February's calendar here, and then I will be highlighting the week that this weekly spread relates to. Before I go on and highlight, I'm going to wait for the ink to dry a little bit and proceed to writing the rest of the spread first. I usually have a weekly goals section where I put down things that I want to achieve this week. And then I would put Monday to Sunday with their dates evenly spread out in the 2-page spread. And lastly, I am putting a weekly reflection at the bottom right of the spread in order for me to write down any reflection or summary for the week. And now I'm going to create the same spread for the next 4 weeks in February. After I finish writing out all the spreads for the 4 weeks of February, I'm also having a February monthly reflection on the last page of this month's bullet journal. This is where I'm planning to probably print out some pictures in order to put them in this page for some of the most memorable things and maybe some other reflections, but I haven't really decided what to put here yet since this wasn't something that I did in January. And that was my layout for February, and this is a flip through of it. So far, I am using a more minimalistic layout for my bullet journal since I wanted to write more in each of the spaces that I lay out for myself, and I'm going to see how that works for February. See you guys next month, and happy journaling!